Hi friends, welcome to another Reddit Rev episode. Please subscribe and hit that like button if you're enjoying the content, and please share it with your friends if you can. I'd really appreciate it. Also, please leave me a comment to let me know what you think of the episode. Now let's get started with today's stories.
Hey Reddit Rev viewers, I've got a great story for you today, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Title: Unhealthy First Love, How I Was Betrayed by My Initial Partner. For 7 months, I was in a relationship with an incredibly attractive girl. We had some great time together and our connection seemed genuine at first. However, I soon found out she has been emotionally abusing me for the past 2 months. My suspicions were further confirmed when I discovered her talking to her abusive ex-partner from 4 years ago, the same individual who left her permanently injured after their breakup. When I voiced my concerns about leaving and ending this toxic cycle of abuse, she threatened that if we parted ways, it would be entirely on me since she'd take her own life as a result. She told me she has nobody but me, but feared she would kill herself if I let her. But I was honest with her. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and without it, there is no point in staying together. Despite my words though, she pleaded for forgiveness, telling me that she'd do anything to keep us together as we had been before. Because of this plea, I foolishly caved in, even though deep down I knew it was only making our situation worse. Not only did it convince her that all my actions could be easily manipulated by guilt tripping or pressuring, but also lowered my self-worth. Long ago, I saw her leave the house with an impeccably dressed man in his car, laptop and all. It was apparent that she had planned to stay over at his place for the night. When I phoned later on, she said she just wanted to get some rest, feeling a little weary from it all. After wishing her tonight, we hung up. Despite all the warnings, I decided to overlook them because she was attractive, and this seemed like my only option. Unfortunately, here I am now with low self-esteem, feeling deflated and disappointed. While it shouldn't come as a shock that this happened, watching her get into that other guy's car really took a toll on me. She may not be aware of it just yet, but I've already taken the necessary actions to break up with her using the indifference method, a popular suggestion mentioned in the Theo caught her cheating thread. To achieve this goal, I blocked all ways of communication from my phone, Facebook, and email account for instance. Additionally, I renamed her contact on my phone as Do Not Answer and changed its ringtone too. Both measures should serve as reminders to soon move out since she is familiar with some of my flatmates, including one of my flatmates' girlfriends who frequently visits our flats nowadays. In 2 months' time, it will be over. I'm thrilled for this next chapter in my life to reclaim back ownership of it, recover my self-esteem, and attempt again with someone else. To be honest, being 28 and having had only one relationship is difficult. However, I'm choosing to view my first relationship as a learning experience, then move on from it. Despite the difficulty of this journey, I believe that staying occupied mentally is my best approach. If any Redditor out there can relate to what I'm going through, stay positive and distract your mind in a productive way like I have attempted to do. By calling out for help and advice, I'm hoping to alleviate the difficulty of this trying time. If you have any words of wisdom or even a simple comment that could possibly aid me during what might be a difficult few days, hopefully it won't last long, your responses would mean so much. Thank you for taking the time to read my post. Edit. I am most grateful for all the kind words. This has been immensely beneficial and I thank you so much. Before calling it a night, please let me know if my progress is interesting enough to post updates regularly about. See you tomorrow morning. Second edit. Last night was difficult as I had anticipated. By the end of it, I stayed up until 4 in the morning and reached for a few beers to help me cope. Oddly enough though, that actually made me feel better. Rather than perceiving this as my love lost, I'm attempting to view this experience more positively. After all, she never really cared about me much anyways, so there's no need to make it out like such a tragedy. Even so, accepting that still is proving hard for me. She already began calling me nonstop. I'm up to 5 missed calls and 2 voicemails, which I haven't had a chance to listen to yet, even though deep down I know that'll probably end up happening. As the day goes on, things are only getting much more intense of her trying so desperately to get in touch. If it becomes too much for me, my last line of defense may be sending a message that says, "Take a hint, party girl," and leaving it at that. I want to show her that I'm aware of what she did, yet at the same time not give in and make it clear that she isn't worth making much of an effort. Although deep down, myself included, we all know this is true. However, today will be a challenge for me as my emotions can take over sometimes. Continue responding here though. Your guidance has been absolutely invaluable so far. If you think my idea of showing her is misguided, then please let me know. Ultimately, staying focused on reaching my goals should remain a top priority. Thank you, everyone. Update: 3:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wow, this is getting challenging. I don't know how much longer I can keep going on. Your supportive comments are such a blessing to me. Give me the motivation that I need to persevere. Each message gives me more hope and strength. Thank you for being there for me. And yes, I did read all your messages. Your words of encouragement mean so much to me. The first, presumably cute text read, "I want my boyfriend and I want him now." Minutes later came a rather suggestive second one proclaiming, "Wake up, I need you to come over and fuck me." It's worth mentioning she had tried multiple times in the morning, 5 calls to be exact, but was met with silence. Evidently, she knew her attempts were being deliberately avoided. At 12:30, she dialed again. I declined to answer and let the call go straight to voicemail. She didn't leave a message. Later at 2:30, her number showed up once more on my phone, but I disregarded it completely this time. When later checking my voicemails, however, there was one from her saying, "I'm beginning to feel anxious now. Please get in touch with me as soon as possible. This isn't kind behavior." I elucidated the situation to my parents last night, making sure they had no contact with her. They comprehended it immediately, and when I stopped by earlier today, they let me know that she emailed them but thankfully hadn't opened it. To ensure this wouldn't happen again, I showed them how to add her email address to her spam filter. Problem solved. She dialed my parents' number and left an apathetic voicemail about what to bring for a forthcoming family gathering. It was clear she wanted contact with someone from my life, but now finally understands the message is not welcome. She recently emailed me at my other account expressing concern that I have yet to return her call. I need your opinions on this update. Everyone's support and encouragement has been so valuable to me thus far. Recently, when my thoughts were running wild while driving, I was about to send her a goodbye text, but instead changed the contact from hers to cheater and abuser, which really helped me in that moment. Sure, it was childish of me. However, in times like this, every bit helps. Thank you all once again. Each one of you rocks. Update: 2:45 a.m. She called me 4 times since my last post, leaving 3 messages. Her first one said, "I'm starting to get quite worried. Please call me. I love you." Second was, "Just let me know that you're okay. This isn't like you at all." Her third one came in around 6 o'clock and it sounded apologetic. Maybe I was too short with you yesterday. If so, then I apologize. This is not my behavior for you. Please give me a ring before going into work just to assure me that everything's alright. Ironically enough, right now I should be ready to go out, but instead here I am trying to reach out. I received 2 more calls from unknown numbers, yet decided not to pick up. Neither person left a message. This likely was the last attempt of contact she made around 6:30 p.m., but it's unsure. Perhaps tonight she is out partying again. However, that doesn't concern me. Working this evening led me to have moments where my urge for unleashing words onto her would be at its peak and take about 30 minutes before fading away. So I just kept myself occupied and enjoyed my night despite the situation. Now that fatigue has consumed me after such an eventful day, I'll report back tomorrow with further updates on what happens next. Update: 12:38 p.m. I almost had a scary experience of Craigslist. After registering for an account to find someone to help me move, they requested that I verify my identity by phone. Seconds later, an unidentified caller rang, and without saying a word, I answered the call. Fortunately, it turned out to be them, and when they called back seconds after that time from the same number, but not blocking their identification this time around, thankfully, I did not pick up. I hope you all enjoyed this story, and please like and subscribe.
I hope you enjoyed our video. It's always a pleasure creating these stories, and if you liked what you saw, please take the time to show your support by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't already done so. Sharing with your friends is also greatly appreciated. Let me know in the comments section below what you think of our videos. I'm all ears. Be sure to check back soon for more original Reddit stories every day on Reddit Rev. Until then, stay awesome, my friend.